I think some background thing is going on. Atul, can you mute yourself? Okay. Cute. Fine. Right. So if you can remember last class what we saw the third definition of moles, isn't it? Right. We defined what is number of moles in terms of volume. Right. Can someone tell me what was the definition? Guys?
1 mole of any gas at STP will occupy a volume of 22.4 liter.
Exactly. Correct. That was the definition. 1 mole of any gas at STP will occupy a volume of 22.4 liters. And I gave you a formula also, right? Formula connecting my volume and the number of moles. And the formula went like this. Number of moles is equal to given volume divided by 22.4 liters. Isn't it? This is what we saw. Correct. So we'll do this. Okay. Say, we'll take this question. I have 0.18 grams of H2O gas. Okay, I have 0.18 grams of H2O gas. I want to know what is the volume occupied by this much amount of H2O gas. Quickly tell me the answer. I have 0.18 grams of H2O gas with me, right? And I'm asking, what is the volume occupied by this gas? Now we have three definitions, isn't it? In terms of mass, in terms of number of particles, in terms of volume. All the three can be put together, right? Now you can answer this question also. How many number of molecules of H2O? This is also how much. This also I want to know the volume occupied by this much amount of gas, and what is the number of molecules of H2O present in this 0.1 grams of H2O. Quickly tell me the answer. Yes, guys, any answers? What happened? Everybody forgot everything, whatever we learned. Should not be taking this much time. Either you're not even trying, right? Or I think the second option would be you don't know how to do the problem. I think the first option is what is happening. Is everyone trying to get the answer? What happened? Okay, fine. So I've given you 0.18 grams of H. Yes, any answers? I'm not able to hear you, Kanna.
Is it 2.24?
Ah, yes, volume is 2.24, correct. And number of molecules? Okay, fine. At least I got one answer. Volume is 2.24, correct. Now, very simple. Okay. Now, first for this, I'll calculate the number of moles of H2O, right? What is the formula? Given mass divided by the molecular mass of water, correct? What is the given mass? 0.18 grams. What is the molecular mass of water? 2 grams of hydrogen, sorry, 2 into 1 plus 16 for oxygen, 18 grams. So you will get the number of moles to be 0.1 grams. No, 0.01 grams. Isn't it? Sorry, 0.01 moles. Correct? Right? Number of moles of H2O gas I have is 0.01 moles. Right? And that's it. Now I got my answer. Now either you can use the logic or you can use the formula. Whatever you want, you can use. Say if I use the formula which I gave here, now I have this equal to given volume which I don't know divided by 22.4 liters. Right? So what will be the volume now? Given volume will be 0.1 into the 22.4. So it will be 2.24 liters. Done. One answer I got. Right? Same way, I will be able to use this number of moles for number of particles also. Again, either you can use the logic or the definition, or you can go for the formula. Right? So if I go for the logic, like definition, what will happen? 1 mole H2O will have how many? 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 molecules. Right? So how many moles I have now? 0.01 moles will have X. So if you cross multiply, you will find X to be 6.023 into 10 to the power 21 molecules of H2. Isn't it? 10 power 23 I have. This is 10 power minus 2. So if you multiply them, you will get 10 power 21 molecules of H2O. Right? Everybody understood? Is there anyone who didn't understand? Very simple problem. Is it okay, guys? At least give me a yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Cool. Right. Okay. So there can be a lot of problems like this. Right? I'll be able to connect volume with mass or mass with number of particles, or all the three are connected. All these things can happen. Okay. Fine. So this is about number of moles and their three definition. You have to practice a lot of stuff. If you don't practice, you like this is actually very easy. If you understand, it will not even take more than a minute for me to solve the questions. Right. But if you're not going to practice, it is going to become increasingly difficult. Okay. So please download your NCERT textbooks and start solving the problem. Book back exercises. Please start solving it. Okay. Fine. Okay. Fine. Okay. Now I ask you a question. Right. Now you would have gone to your chemistry labs in your school so many times, isn't it? Okay. So you have seen this kind of terminology? Say if I go for any glass bottle, right, some chemical is there. They would have mentioned like this: 0.01 m N, okay, HCl solution, 0.1 m HCl, or say 1 m NaCl. Have you ever seen like this labeling happening in your chemistry labs in the bottles? Has anyone seen? Nobody has seen? No, sir. We go to chemistry lab for something else. We don't check all these things, right? Okay. So these are basically labelings. Like these are basically talking about the concentration of the solution, right? Fine. So like we'll see what are these representations are. Like this is just one of them, right? So fine. So first, let me introduce you to this term called as concentration. Okay, so we are going to see this term called as concentration. So concentration not in your like say normal language or concentration studies, not like that. So we are going to study this concentration in terms of solutions. Right. Say if I have an aqueous solution, what do you mean by aqueous solution? Anything which has a solvent to be water, right? So anything which has a solvent to be as water is what is called as an aqueous solution, right? So now Obviously, if I have a solution for any solution for the matter, either aqueous or non-aqueous, I will have two things there. One is my solute, another one is my solvent, isn't it? One is my solute, and the other one is what is called as my solvent. Whichever is getting dissolved is what is my solute, and whichever is dissolving the other substance is what is my solvent, isn't it? So this concentration basically talks about how much is the amount of solute present in the solution, right? So basically, what does concentration talks about? It talks about the amount of solute in the solution. Say, like I can even speak like this. I had 10 ml of water, right? And I had 2 grams of sodium chloride to it. So this is basically an expressing the way of expressing the concentration. I had 10 ml of water. In that, I am telling that I measured 2 grams of NaCl and it dissolved it. Right? This is one way of representing the concentration. Right? So now, like this, I can have so many ways, but we are going to have some standard ways by which you are going to represent the concentration. Okay. So again, I repeat, concentration means it is the amount of solute present in the solution. So it is just going to talk about how much solute is present in the solution, right? And there are so many ways by which I'll be able to represent concentration. Okay, we'll take the first one, right? So first one, we're going to see what we are going to see is ways of representing different types of concentration, right? The concentration generally talks about the amount, but I told you again, amount is a general term. How like moles, I can have 3 definitions. Amount can be in form of anything. It can be in terms of number of moles. Number of moles is an amount. It can be in terms of volume. It can be in terms of mass. Or it can be in the form of so many things you're going to see now. Understood? Right. So first one is what is called as my percentage composition. And you would have already studied this in your 9th class, right? So percentage composition, like basically, what do you mean by percentage? Percentage talks about if I have 100 units of something, how much is your required unit? Say if at all out of 50, I got 25, how much percentage? 50 percentage is my mark, right? That is exactly same thing we are going to do, right? But the amount in this itself can have 3 different types, okay? First one is what is called as W by W percentage. Another one is called as W by V percentage. And the last one is what is called as V by V percentage. Okay, there are 3 types of percentages: mass by mass, or weight by weight, or W by V, that is weight by volume, that is mass by volume, and the last one is volume by volume. Okay, so first case entirely spoken in terms of mass. Second, mass and volume. Third, volume alone. Right. Okay. Now first we'll take down the definition. First we'll go for W by W percentage. Okay, we'll take W by W or M by M percentage. Okay, and we'll quickly take down the definition. Take down. It is the mass of solute. It is the mass of solute present in. It is the mass of solute present in 100 grams of the solution. It is the mass of the solute present in 100 grams of the solution. Simple definition, isn't it? Now say, for example, I say that I had 20 grams of NaCl dissolved in, say, 80 grams of water. Okay, now this data is given to you. I'm telling that 20 grams of sodium chloride was dissolved in 80 grams of water. Okay, I want to know what is the mass percentage or W percentage of NaCl, of the solution basically. Okay, now very simple. Now what did I tell you? If I have 100 grams of the total solution, if I have, look at the definition, it is the mass of solute present in 100 grams of solution, not only solvent, not only solute, 100 grams of solution put together, both solute and solvent together, isn't it? So if I have 100 grams of solution, in that how many grams is my solute? was my mass percentage, or W by W percentage, isn't it? Now very simple. What is the total mass of solution now? Mass of solution is how much? Can I say 20 grams of NaCl and 80 grams of water? Solute and solvent put together. Can I say 100 grams? 80 plus 20, right? So in that, so what is the definition now? If I have 100 grams, yes, I have 100 grams. In that, how much is the mass of the solute? And what is the mass of solute here? Mass of NaCl is basically 20 grams, right? So in 100 grams of total solution, 20 grams is NaCl. So this particular solution is 20% by strength, or 20% concentration by mass. Understood what I'm telling? Right? Total 100 grams, the 20 grams NaCl. So what is the percentage? 20% of NaCl is present. Are you able to understand? Right? Okay. Now I'll tell you like this. Say I have 40 grams of magnesium chloride in 500 grams solution, total solution, right? They have given the data like this. They are telling that 40 grams of magnesium chloride is there in total 500 grams of the solution, not like water, directly giving you the solution, isn't it? Now what is the mass percentage? If I have 100 grams, what is the mass of solute, isn't it? Now again I can use the cross multiplication value, isn't it? Now what will I say? For the data first I'll take 40 grams of MgCl2 in total 500 gram of solution. Correct? 40 grams of MgCl2 in total 500 gram solution. Now what do I want? I want the mass percentage. For that, what should be the amount of solution? 100 grams. Correct? So for this, how much? This X is what is my answer. So X, if you find out, you'll find it as 4,000 divided by 500. Isn't it? 4,000 divided by 500. Yes. So how much? 8% is the answer. Are you able to understand? Right? 8% is the answer. Okay. Now there can be other kinds of questions also. Okay. Now in some of the questions, now I'm giving you some data about how to calculate the mass of the total solution. Right? In this case, I gave you mass of solute plus mass of solvent, so you found out mass of solution. Now say in this case, I've directly given you the mass of solution. But in certain cases, they will give you just the percentage value. They will not give any information about the total mass of the solution. Okay. So now this thing is like this. Okay. Say for example, they'll just give the data like this. I have 25% HCl solution. I have 25% HCl solution. Okay. Now, like the question, we don't have to go inside the question because the question might vary. Now, what does this mean? This means that I have 25 grams of HCl present in 100 grams of the total solution. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if there is no data given to you about the solution, that is the total mass of the solution, assume it to be 100 grams and start doing the problem. Right? Again, I repeat, if the information about the mass of solution is not given, assume that the total mass of the solution is 100 grams and take the mass percentage value as the mass of solute directly and start solving the problem. Understood? Okay, so that is about M by M percentage. Right? Now if you have, okay, now we can, okay, now I gave you by logic, right? Now I can give you a formula also for mass percentage, right? So this is the formula. W by W percentage is equal to mass of solute divided by mass of solution into 100. This is the formula. Okay, so whenever you want to solve problems, you can either go with the logic or you can use the formula. Either way, it will work, right? So W by W percentage is basically mass of solute divided by mass of solution into 100. Like it's like this. say out of 200 you scored say 150. Out of 200 you scored 150. So what is your percentage? 75%. Like that. Same way. How did I do it? 150 divided by 200 into 100. You'll get 75. Understood? Right? Okay. So this is for mass by mass percentage or W by W percentage. Next, we will go for mass by volume percentage. M by V percentage. We'll take the definition. It is the mass of solute present in. It is the mass of solute present in. It is the mass of solute present in 100 ml of the solution. It is the mass of solute present in 100 ml of the solution. Last time it was 100 grams of solution. Now it is mass by volume. So we are going to speak with respect to volume of the solution, right? So it is the mass of solute present in 100 ml of the solution. Understood? So now very simple, right? Now if I say there is a 20% M by V solution of say something calcium oxide or say something NaCl, whatever it is, right? Now 20% M by V solution of NaCl. Now from the definition you can easily say what this means. I have 20 grams of NaCl, right, dissolved in 100 ml of the solution, right? 100 ml of the solution. Now in this particular case, right, in this particular case, now since my solute, whereas NaCl is a solid, right, and where I'm going to dissolve it in water, isn't it? So can I say NaCl's volume, total solution of, if I say volume of solution, in that volume of solution, I don't think NaCl will have a role to play because it's a solid. Right? Generally, we speak volume for liquids and gases, isn't it? So in this particular case, like instead of telling 100 ml of solution, I can even tell that 100 ml of water directly. Why? Because NaCl has no role to play in volume. It is a solid. Like I can speak only in terms of mass. Okay, so either you say 20 grams of NaCl dissolved in 100 grams of solution, or you say the 20 grams of NaCl dissolved in 100 grams of water. It's the same, right? But the same thing, for example, I say like this. I have say 10% ethanol solution, C2H5, okay, 10% M by V. And 10% M by V, C2H5OH solution I have. This means what? This means I have 10 grams of C2H5OH dissolved in 100 ml of solution. Now in this case, last case, how I did, now I cannot write 10 grams of any C2H5OH dissolved in 100 grams of water. No, I'll not be able to do it. Why? Because both my ethanol and water, both are liquids, right? So in this case, I cannot tell that 100 ml of water is there alone. No, it is going to be 100 ml of solution only. Why? Because C2H5OH is in the liquid form. Understood? So this is how I tell 10 grams of C2H5OH in total 100 ml of solution. Now in this case, I cannot generate as water only. Did you understand the difference? Okay, fine. Now last time how I gave you a formula, again I'll be able to give you a formula. So M by V percentage or W by V percentage is equal to mass of solute divided by volume of solution into 100. This is the formula for M by V or W by V percentage. Mass of solute divided by volume of solution. Now you can see in denominator I have volume, denominator volume of solution is there. Last time I had M by M, so mass of solute by mass of solvent. Sorry, mass of solution. Understood? Okay. Lastly, third percentage composition. Okay, say that is V by V percentage. Volume by volume percentage. Okay, we'll take out the definition first. It is the volume of solute. It is the volume of solute present in. It is the volume of solute present in 100 ml of the solution. It is the volume of the solute present in 100 ml of the solution. Right? So again, I think it's very simple now. Right? So if I say 1% ethanol solution, 1% V by V ethanol solution, that means what? 1 ml of C2H5OH is dissolved in total 100 ml of solution. Okay, 1 ml of 1% V by V solution means 1 ml of C2H5OH is dissolved in total 100 ml of the solution. Now tell me, if it's an aqueous solution, what is the volume of water? For this case, what is the volume of water? Guys? Correct. 1 ml of C2H5OH. What is it? Hello? Someone answered, but we're not answering. Now, 1 ml of C2H5OH in total 100 ml of solution. Right. So in this 100 ml solution, I am in the solution, I'm going to have ethanol and water, isn't it? Now in this 100 ml, 1 ml is C2H5OH. So how much is water? Seriously, you're not going to answer this. Did you understand my question? I'm telling, total I have 100 ml of solution. Right, in that 1 ml is C2H5OH. Now rest should be water. So what is the rest amount of water? What is the rest volume? Remaining
99
volume.
ml.
Wow, thank you so much. Please open your mouth. Right, it's a very simple question, isn't it? 1 ml of C2H5OH is there in total 100 ml solution. So I'm asking you how much ml of water is there. Only two components are there. One component's volume is known, total is known. Whatever is remaining is what is the amount of water? That is 99 ml. Oof. It's very difficult to get the word from you guys. You guys really have to improve this. Okay, fine. Right, now again I'll be able to give you a formula for V by V percentage. So V by V percentage is equal to what is it? Volume of solute divided by volume of solution into 100. That's it. Okay. Volume, what is that? Volume V by V percentage is volume of solute divided by volume of solution into 100. Done? Okay. Now this percentage composition, what we saw, need not be used only for the solutions, right? I can even ask you a question like this. What is the percentage, okay, what is the mass percentage of sulfur in 1 mole of MgSO4? Okay, I'm asking you this question. What is the mass percentage of sulfur in 1 mole of MgSO4? Right. So now how can I see this? I know that there is going to be some grams of sulfur present in 1 mole of MgSO4, right? So now how will I draw this thing? How will I rewrite the formula? Like in the case of percentage here, percentage of sulfur is equal to mass of sulfur divided by total mass of MgSO4 into 100. This is what is the answer, isn't it? I'm asking you what is the percentage of sulfur in 1 mole of MgSO4. So how will you write? Now I want to find the percentage. So it's mass of sulfur divided by mass of MgSO4 into 100. Simple, right? Now how will I do this? What is mass of sulfur in 1 mole of MgSO4? Quickly tell me. What is mass of sulfur in 1 mole of MgSO4? How many sulfur atoms are there in one molecule of sulfur? Only one molecule is there, right? So one sulfur weight is how much?
32.
Basically, exactly, right? So can I say one mole of sulfur? I have 1 mole of in 1 mole of MgSO4, I have 1 mole of sulfur. There is only one sulfur atom in one molecule, right? Again, I repeat. In 1 mole of MgSO4, I have 1 mole of sulfur. Correct. And 1 mole of sulfur or whatever it is, one sulfur atom will have how many grams? 32 grams. That is the atomic mass of sulfur. Correct. Divided by total mass. 1 mole of MgSO4 molecular mass is what I have to take. Right. Say now what it will be 24 for magnesium, 32 for sulfur, plus 16, 32, 64 for 4 oxygen atoms. That's it. So it will be around, okay, 24, 28,
120.
how much? 120? Is it 120?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Okay, 120. Cool. So that's it. Into 100. This is what is the answer. Are you able to understand? Right. Say one more question I give you. Okay. Say I have C4H10O is a compound. Okay, you don't have to go into the structures and all that. There is a compound like this, C4H10O. Tell me, I have say 2 moles of this, or say 1 mole only, no problem. Okay, or I don't even have to know this. I don't even know whether it's 1 mole or 2 mole. I want to know what is the mass percentage of carbon in this, right? What is the mass percentage of carbon in this molecule? Quickly tell me the answer.
Uh, 74%.
Okay, we'll check. Fine. So first, what is the formula now? Mass of carbon divided by total mass of C4H10O into 100. That's it. That's the formula, right? So now substitute it. So I have 4 carbon atoms. So can I say the total weight of carbon atom will be 4 into 12? Because each carbon atom will have 12 grams, right? Now I have 4 carbon atoms, so 4 by 12 into total mass of this. So the total mass of this will be 48 plus 10 plus 16, which will be 58, 68, 74
Okay.
into 100.
200.
Right? So now what rate will be 48 divided by 74 into 100. So whatever the value is, you can just calculate it. That's it. So I don't think it's 72%, isn't it? Right? There's a small mistake maybe you would have done somewhere.
65%, sir.
How, sir? 65 possible. I think possible. Right? Okay. So understood. So mass percentages can be used in this way also. Okay. Right. We'll move on to the next concentration term. We'll do a lot of problems on this. Don't worry. Right? I'm just giving you an introduction. Once we see all the concentration terms, we'll be able to merge, like I'll be able to convert one concentration term into another concentration term, all that I'll be able to. You have learned only one till now. Okay, fine, we'll move on. Okay, next concentration term is something called as molarity. It is denoted by the letter capital M. Okay, I have the second concentration term is molarity, M-O-L-A-R-I-T-Y. Okay, we'll take down the definition. Please take down. It is the number of moles of solute. It is the number of moles of solute present in. It is the number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of the solution. It is the number of moles of solute. It is not mass in this case, it is number of moles. So number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of the solution. Done? Okay. Now I asked you a question when I started this class, isn't it? I told you, like, say, sir, if I have 0.01 m HCl solution or 1 m NaCl solution, this is how the representation. Basically, this m represents the molarity. That means the HCl, this solution in this HCl solution's molarity is 0.01. Okay, anyways, so now we got the definition, right? Now we are able to tell what exactly is this. So if I say it's if the molarity of HCl solution is 0.01 m, right, or 0.01, that means what I understand is 0.01 moles of HCl is dissolved in 1 liter of the total solution. That is what is coming from this data, right? This is what I understand from this data. When I say molarity 0.01 m means the molarity is 0.01. So 0.01 m HCl means 0.01 moles of HCl is present in total 1 liter of the solution. Are you able to understand? Right? Okay. Now this is what is molarity. Okay, so we are going to connect number of moles with volume. Right. So now I'll be able to give you a beautiful formula for molarity. Capital M, molarity is equal to number of moles of solute. So N solute means number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution, right? And please understand, okay, volume of solution, that is the formula basically, right? Number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution, and the volume should be in liters. Okay, volume should be in liters, right? If the volume is not in liters, if it's in milliliter, the thing changes little like this. Say it's number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution. And if it is in ml, just to convert this ml into liters, you multiply the numerator by 1000. That's it. Okay, if the volume is given in terms of ml, multiply the numerator by 1000. And you say, you can understand now why am I doing this, is because molarity unit is mole per liter. That is the unit of molarity, right? Number of moles in 1 liter. Okay, fine. Now we'll do a very small problem. Okay, now first take this down. I'll give you 10 seconds. Quickly take down. Okay. Okay, so I have 0.2 m H2SO4 solution. Okay, 0.2 m H2SO4 solution. I want to know what is the mass of H2SO4. Or wait, okay, I have a 0.2 m H2SO4 solution which is having a volume of 200 ml, right? Total So basically I can write this as 0.2 m 200 ml of 0.2 m H2SO4 solution I have, right? I have 200 ml of 0.2 m H2SO4 solution I have. I want to know what is the mass of H2SO4 present. Okay, I have given you 200 ml of volume I have given and 0.2 m H2SO4 solution. Okay, I want to know what is the mass of H2SO4 present in this solution. Okay, fine. Now I can use my formula directly. Okay, now what do I use? Number of moles divided by volume of solution. Okay, so number of moles I don't know, isn't it? Number of moles I don't know, right? But what they have given is volume and molarity. That is, molarity is given, volume is given. So can I find the number of moles? Isn't it? So number of, one second. Okay, so molarity is equal to number of moles of H2SO4, that is the solute here, divided by volume of the total solution. And I think it's given in terms of ml, so I'll multiply it by 1000. You can see that the volume is given in terms of ml, so I multiply it by 1000. Okay, so molarity is given, which is 0.2. I don't know the number of moles, and the volume of solution is 200 into 1000. So this and this I can multiply this by 5. So it will be a number of moles is basically 0.2 divided by 5, which will become 0.04. Right? So I have 0.04 moles of H2SO4 present. Now what I'm asking you, I'm asking you what is the mass of this 0.04. That's it. So now again I have a formula for number of moles. Number of moles is equal to given mass divided by the molecular mass of H2SO4. If you calculate, it will be 2 plus 36 plus 64. So I'll find it as 98 grams. Right? So now what is the number of moles? 0.04 is equal to given mass divided by 98, and that's it. So answer would be 98 into 0.04 is the answer. Are you able to understand? Again, I repeat the question. And I have given 200 ml of 0.1 m H2SO4 solution is there. They're asking you what is the mass of H2SO4 present in this solution. Right. Now for me to know the mass, I need to know the number of moles. Right. So how will I calculate the number of moles? From the formula for molarity, that is number of moles of H2SO4, number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution into 100,000. Sorry. And why 1000? Because they have given the volume in terms of ml. Correct. So now I substitute. I don't know the number of moles. I know volume and molarity. I substituted. I got the number of moles value as 0.04. Now I went for the formula for number of moles in terms of mass. Given mass by molecular mass is 98. So the answer is 98 into 0.04. Understood? Right. So now in this question, I have given the volume. Okay. Now in this question, I have given you the volume. But say I give it like this. Okay. Everybody understood what happened? Did I rub it off to it soon? Did you copy it?
Yes,
Sorry?
sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So now sometimes volume will not be given. Right? They will just tell that I have 0.1 m some NaCl solution. Right? I have 0.1 m NaCl solution. They will not give any information about the volume. Okay. So in that case, what you have to do is assume the volume to be 1 liter. Right? What you have to do is whenever volume is not given along with molarity, right? Assume the volume to be equal to 1 liter or 1000 ml. Okay. And then what will happen? If I take the volume directly to be 1 liter, can I say the molarity will be equal to the number of moles? Why? What is the definition? Number of moles present in 1 liter of the solution. Now what I'm doing, since the volume is not given, I am assuming the volume to be 1 liter. So obviously what does the definition says? Number of moles in 1 liter. So this itself will become the number of moles. Okay. So whenever the volume is not given, this directly take to be the number of moles right? And assume volume to be 1 liter. These two things you have to do. Whenever volume is not given, but volume is given, then you should not do this. Yeah? Then you have to go for the formula and then do whatever the required calculations. Understood? Right? Okay, fine. Now we'll move on to the next concentration term. Next concentration term is third one is what is called as molality. There's only a L different. There it is molarity, R for rat, and here it is L for love. Don't smile, guys. Love can be anything. Okay, anyways, fine. We'll take the definition for molality.
Sir,
Yes.
what is molality denoted by?
Thank you. It is denoted by the letter small m. Okay. Bigger molarity is capital M. Molality is small m. Okay. Fine. Now we'll take down the definition. It is the number of moles of solute. It is the number of moles of solute present in. It is the number of moles of solute present in 1 kg of solvent. It is the number of moles of solute present in 1 kg of solvent. Underline that solvent, because so many students will make a mistake here. Molarity, we speak with respect to solution, volume of solution. In molality, we speak with respect to the mass of solvent, not the mass of solution. Underline it there. It is mass of solution, 1 kg of solvent. Underline that. Because so many people will do mistake here. Okay, fine. Now, how, like, we'll take an example. So if I tell you that 0.5 m, say something MgSO4 solution, if I have small m, sorry, 0.5 small m MgSO4 solution, that means what? That means I have 0.5 moles of MgSO4 dissolved in 1 kg, that is 1 kg of what? 1 kg of
Solvent.
what is solvent here? What is the solvent here?
Water.
Exactly, 1 kg of water. That is what is understood. Okay, 0.5 smaller MgSO4 is an example. That means what? 0.5 moles of MgSO4 is dissolved in 1 kg of water. That is what is the definition, right? Okay, now say okay, I have 1 m NaCl solution, or say 1 m NaOH solution, small m, sorry, 1 small m NaOH solution. I want to know what is the mass percentage of NaOH in this solution. Okay, I want to know what is the mass percentage of NaOH in this solution. Just a very small question, right? So again, I can take the same definition there, right? Can I say I have 1 mole of NaOH present in 1000 grams or 1 kg of water? Done. Okay, I have 1 mole, that 1 m NaOH means 1 mole of NaOH dissolved in 1000 grams of water. Correct? Okay. Now for mass percentage of NaCl, what will be the formula? Mass of NaCl divided by mass of total solution. Please, it's not solvent here. I know what is mass percentage. Mass of NaCl, that is a solute, divided by total of NaCl solution into 100. Correct? Right. Now, what is mass of NaCl present? I already know that I have 1 mole of NaOH. So I can easily find what is the mass, right? So 1 mole will exactly weigh its molecular mass. So molecular mass of NaCl in this case is 40 grams, right? Divided by mass of solution, that is mass of solute plus the mass of solvent. I know what is mass of solute. I just now I found out which is 40 grams. What is mass of solvent? 1000 grams. Okay, and one. Okay, and that's it into 100. That is the answer. Everybody understood? I just told that I have one small m NaOH solution, right? And I am asking you what is the mass percentage of NaOH in the solution. So first I go for the definition of molality. What is the definition? One number of moles of solute present in 1000 grams or 1 kg of solvent. That means here I have given you 1 m. That means 1 mole of NaOH is present in 1000 grams of water. Understood? Okay. Now for mass percentage of NaCl, I require two things. That is mass of NaCl divided by mass of solution into 100. Right? Now I have given you that it is 1 mole of NaOH, and I know 1 mole of NaOH will have 40 grams divided by mass of solution, that is mass of solute plus mass of solvent, that is 40 plus 100, 1000, that is 1000 comes from here, mass of solvent plus mass of solute into 100. That is the answer. Okay, now just like how will you assume? So in this case I didn't give you the mass of solvent, right? So we'll do that kind of problems. Wait, okay, first take this down if you have not taken this down. What is the time? Okay, say I tell you like this. Uh, 36.5 gram. Okay, 36. 73 grams of NaCl was dissolved in 100 gram. Okay, 200 grams of water. Okay, 73 grams of NaCl is dissolved in 200 grams of water. Right? Tell me the molality. Quickly do it. Right? 73 grams of NaCl is dissolved in 200 grams of water. I want to know what is the molality. Quickly do it. Just go for the formula and substitute. Oh, wait. I didn't even give you the formula for molality yet, isn't it? Sorry, guys. Wait, I'll give you the formula now for molality. Okay, so molality, small m, is equal to number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent. And if it is in grams, you have to put 1000. If it is in kg, no 1000 required. This is the formula. Right? Number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent. Last time it was number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution for molarity. In this case, number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent into 1000. So what is the answer? I mean, the formula for molality. You have to know this. Now can you do the problem and tell me the answer? So in this case, solute is 73. Sorry, NaCl. So first I have to find what is the number of moles of NaCl. Mass of solvent is directly given, and then it's into 1000. That's it. What is the molecular mass of NaCl, guys?
$59.5.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
59.5.
59.2.
Chlorine is 35.5.
Okay, chlorine's atomic mass is 35.5, and sodium's atomic mass is 23.
23.
So atomic mass of sodium is 23, and for chlorine it is 35.5 grams. So 23 plus this will be 58.5. For NaCl, the molecular mass will be 58.5 grams. That is the molecular mass of NaCl. So I can directly substitute now. So what will it be? 73 is the, okay, first I'll find the number of moles of NaCl. So first I found the molecular weight of NaCl to be 58.5. So number of moles of NaCl would be 73 divided by 58.5. Okay, tough calculation, leave it. You can do the calculation later. Now go for the formula. Molality is equal to, this is the number of moles, 73 by 58.5 divided by, what did it mean by mass of solvent? This is 200 grams into 1000. Why 1000? Because it's given in terms of grams and not kg. That's why. That's it. This is how you find the answer. Understood? Fine. Now there are two more concentration terms, right? Now that we'll see in the next class, and we'll do a lot of problems on all these things you learned today, right? Again, repeat. Please take your download NCERT books and start solving the problems. And I've given you my number also. You can approach me anytime with the questions, but don't call me. Please WhatsApp me. If I'm available, I'll be able to help you. Is it okay? Fine. Thank you so much. We'll meet again soon.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.